to win an ISL title?
Very hard. Was very hard.
Rolling?
Yeah, rolling.
Yeah. Action. Hi coach, and firstly welcome to the FC Goa family. How do you feel?
Thank you. I am very happy, obviously, because I know that we are signing for one of the best teams in India, and of course that we will try to do our best, and let's see. But we have a lot of hopes that will be a good season.
Coach, we heard that there was a lot of interest in you with a number of clubs chasing you to be the new head coach. Why FC Goa? What made you feel that this was the correct best fit for you?
It's true. I know that sounds arrogant, but it's true. We received, I say we because we are a team. It's not about only me, only myself. We got, yes, seven, 8 offers. Even if I count Hyderabad, 8 offers, about 11 clubs in the competition, 12 now. And why I chose FC Goa, I was very close last season. After being champions, I felt that was a good moment to finish one cycle. But finally, the agreement was not possible.
Of course, you've seen FC Goa from the opposing dugout for 3 seasons now. First time with the fans in the stadium last time around. What do you think after missing the playoffs for the 2 seasons running? What needs to change for us, for the club, to get back to the standards that they are?
First of all, it's very difficult to reply about this. Second, it's very difficult because I respect too much all the coaches in the other teams, and sometimes you are in the other side and you don't get to qualify. I think the circumstances were very different in the former season when Goa finished in the 9th position, and this year the team was very close. I think that 7 clubs, and all of them, they deserve to qualify, but finally one of them had to be out, and was Goa, because in the last 3 games I think that FC Goa didn't get good results. But I was convinced that they would play they would arrive to the top 6. Finally, failure is when you don't try the things. If you are speaking about failures, maybe the kids, they don't want to. Finally, there is only one winner. It's not the second, the third, all failures. No. It's okay. You try to get something. I know how is and how was the work of Carlos and all the staff, and I know that they were very without good luck because Goa was very close, and I think that in terms of football, they deserve to qualify for the top 6.
Of course, Goa has a heritage of football with fans really crazed about the sport, and you must have seen the fans in the stands. That makes for a home advantage as well. Getting to know the fans, how big of an influence do you think would you say the fans were in the decision to come here, firstly? And secondly, what would you like to say to the fans?
No, it's true. We are speaking about one state that I think that is the smallest state in India, but maybe it's the biggest in terms of football, no? There is the structure not only in FC Goa. There are a lot of famous clubs, no? In 𝗨𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗶𝗱, 𝗨𝗨𝗨𝗍𝗏, this kind of teams with a lot of history in the Goan football. And this is one reason that, of course, one of the main reasons that you want to sign in clubs like this, because you are, for example, I arrive from one team that I love and I will love all my life, but nobody is interested in football in Hyderabad. They are interested only in Sunrisers, that they are always in the last two teams in IPL, but they prefer this, that the team who is fighting for the top in the. Of course, when you want to get something, you need to do it during long time. I think it was a joke, but was not a joke. But in Goa, maybe because it was from Portugal, no, before, and is more. I feel, no, that football is more important than cricket here, and what I can say to the fans that we will try, of course, to play good football. I know that Goa in this case is. I am from Barcelona city, and I think that is a similar case. Barcelona is not only that you have to win, it's how you win, no? And I think that FC Goa, every time that we play against FC Goa, I feel. Even I was in a conference with Akash Misra and 𝗵𝗏𝗍𝗶𝗍, and one question was, which is the most difficult opponent when you play in India? And even Akash and me, Bart no, but I don't remember which team say Bart, but Akash and me, we say FC Goa is the most difficult opponent, even more than 𝗨𝗍𝗶𝗍, more than Mumbai City. The style of play of FC Goa, that they have the ball constantly, you have to be focused all the time. You have to take advantage of the spaces in the back of the defense of FC Goa. They have a very clear style of play, no?
What do we ask from the fans?
Ask from the fans. Finally, sometimes it's the opposite. It's the team that has to play good football, then the fans will come to the stadium. In fact, this season was very clear. The example, when I didn't arrive to, or before I arrived to India, people told me, no, the stadiums are full. Okay, practically depend of the scores. We play in Bangalore, and in that moment, we won 3-0 in 𝗨𝗨𝗍𝗶𝗍𝗏 in the stadium, and the stadium was practically empty. After this game, they win 11 consecutive games, and now finally the stadium was completely full. I think that depend of the scores, but of course, as a team, you need that the fans support the team, because we played 2 years in a bubble, and finally we felt that you told me that football is for the fans. When you play in an empty stadium, it's very sad to play football. Even you can hear that the other bench is speaking about the game, no? And I think that we need all of them, and we can promise that we will try to play good football. We try to win maximum games as possible, and finally, football works like this. If the scores are very good, you are the best. If the scores are very bad, you know what happened.
First year as a coach, what is your aim at FC Goa?
In FC Goa? Easy for me. The main target is to arrive to the first game in ISL in the best conditions as possible. You cannot promise nothing, because finally, yes, you can promise that we will work, we will train very hard, yes, but finally it's all about a lot of things, details, injuries, bans, etc. But we have to arrive best conditions as possible in the first game.
philosophy is something that we always talk about. What's your philosophy? What is this philosophy? What is that? What does philosophy mean to you? And what is your philosophy?
This is the question that every coach receives when arrive to a new club. Some of them, they say, no, I play like this, is this and this, and another say, you have to adapt. I think that to adapt to the team, the players, I think that is a mix. You have, of course, you have to adapt. You are in India, it's not Indian, India is in India comes to me. No, I am in India. I have to know the conditions of everything, the weather, the place, the everything, the qualities of your players. Yes, for example, if I put one clear example, in Hyderabad, people told me, oh, you in the goal kick, you always put a long ball. You don't play short. No, I don't play short. But in Las Palmas, for example, in the B team, was forbidden to put a long ball. We play always short because we knew that with that players, we could arrive to the other goal. We know that when we play short, depend of not short. Every style of play depend of the qualities of your players. If you have technical players, for example, and your team is run, maybe you are wrong, no? And this is a typical case. One player who is not playing, technical player who is not playing, he enter in the team, and then he wants to show that he can run. No, these are not your qualities. We have one style of play, but you have to put your qualities for the team. But finally, 3 years in India, people speak very good about Hyderabad, but nobody knows that in 3 seasons we played completely different. All 3 seasons. But people only say, oh, these guys play very good, the youngsters, the Indian youngsters, then it's nice to see how they play, but I think was very difficult in the three seasons. Even in my country, it's not the same to work in Barcelona that to work in Las Palmas, that is close to Africa, very far, very technical players, and always very hot, the weather, the condition. I work in Croatia, I work in Thailand. It's completely different. In Croatia, I was playing with -20. Then, okay, -20, if you survive in the game, okay, it's okay, no? But depend of a lot of factors, and the same, when we arrive, we will try, no? We try to make a squad, okay? The squad, you need that the squad has to be, how is this word? More or less that you can play with the maximum styles as possible, balance, a balance. Yeah, more than flexible, a balance squad, no? Then if we get to do this, then we have one pre-season to work about this, and let's see. Sometimes you depend of the attitude of the players, if they believe or not. I think if you speak 30 years before and now, football is completely different. Now is more important for me, unfortunately. Now is more important how you manage the group than the knowledge. Before was the opposite. Before was more about the knowledge, and okay, how to manage the group, of course, always is important, but I think, but it's like the society is similar, no?
How we're discussing, you said that it's on you. You can be a coach for 24 hours or you can be a coach for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What kind of a coach are you? And how big of a...
I learned. I am divorced because I was 24 hours coach during I don't know how many years, and 24 no, but a lot of years, a lot of hours. In some moments you need to disconnect. Even for your head or for your mind is better. You need to work, of course. I think that now in this moment I have enough experience in India. I know every player in India, in ISL and most of the I-League. Impossible all the tournaments, Santos trophies, and this is impossible. But I think that you can be the head coach during the correct, it's not 20, but not 2. No? And some days, with 2 is enough, and some days you need 10. Then it's about, according to the moment of the season. Finally, the important thing is that you have to enjoy. If you are not enjoying, even you don't work 2 hours, because your head is not ready. Maybe you are working, but you are not focused, and these 8 hours are, in fact, is 30 minutes, because you are not focused in your job. No?
There are a lot of people who speak about your fondness of playing with youngsters. What excites you? Like, it can be sometimes also frustrating working with youngsters, but what excites you about working with youngsters?
I love to train. When in all the interviews, when people ask me about this, not in India, I say that if you ask me, yes, I train in top level, because I train in La Liga some games, and train in Croatia in first division, okay? But if you ask me, I will tell you that I prefer to train B teams. I am very, very happy about to train in Espanyol B team, in training Las Palmas B team. I was a normal guy who played football in third division in Spain for during 8 years. Then I play always in lowest category, but then you start to train, and finally I worked with Javier Aguirre, the Mexican coach who was in 2 World Cups, 1 as a player and 2 as a coach of Mexico. I worked with Juan Carlos Valerón, one very famous player in Spain. I worked with the current Cádiz coach, Sergio González. In Espanyol, he was my assistant coach. I worked with Quique Setién, former coach in Barcelona. I work with a lot of famous people. Even I train very famous players, as Kevin Prince Boateng or this kind of, well, more players that international players too. Okay, perfect. But I'm more satisfied to help, because I'm not stupid. I'm not, no, this guy is playing in top level because I was his coach. No, I was one step more in the career. I can tell you maybe 20 players that they are playing in top level that I was very lucky to train them. No? Eric Bailey, the center back, Pau, the goalkeeper, a lot of players that they are playing in La Liga, not too much. Maybe you don't know too much. Joan Jordan, the center midfielder in Sevilla, Edgar, the goalkeeper in Elche, a lot of players, Raillo, the center back in Mallorca, a lot of players in Las Palmas. Now in the first team there are 6 players that they were my players. Even Borja, my player now in Hyderabad, was my player he played in La Liga with me and I think that this is more, I feel that it's more, not important, but I feel more better. I feel better than when you train other players that, okay, the only thing that when you are at the top level is the best thing as the money, and that if something happens with B team, nobody knows. If something happens with these players, in 5 minutes are in all social media. No?
With FC Goa, you'll have the time with the dev team, the under-18s, the under-15, the whole youth structure, and the grassroots project that you've done. How excited are you about working on that?
Yes, it's the first team we wanted to do in Hyderabad, but was impossible. I think that they tried with trials and nobody came for the trials, or not too much people. But Goa is all of you and all of us. We know that you have not only the Goa Pro League. No, I think that you have the reserve team, the under, I don't know exactly, under 15, under 13, and this is the correct way to arrive for a club like FC Goa. One of the main targets is to have maximum players from the academy in the first team. No, for example, this guy Bryson Fernandez for me is a very good player. I think he's from the academy. No, he's a very good player. Then for sure there are more, but is an example that the young players that they are arriving to the main team, and when they say people from the academy, they are looking that these players arrive arrive to the main team, then is the moment that you can join more people for football. This is what Hyderabad is trying, but you need at least 10-15 years for this. Goa is a tradition. Football is like, I don't know if it's like a religion, but is the main sport in the state. No?
Coach, personally, what are your biggest influences on and off the pitch?
In football, obviously, was one coach that was my coach during 6 years. And this is the reason that I am a coach. This person is 𝗨హి𝗳𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗏. 𝗨ഹി𝗳𝗶𝗶𝗍 is a very famous, now he's very old, he's 86, 87 years old. Was more than 100 players that he trained played in La Liga, more than 100. That is means that a lot of players, and I think that he showed me not only to play football, is how to play football, why you do this movement, because finally, okay, you can be very good, but finally you have to understand the game, why you do this movement, why is about this. And then it's true that because my position, I play center back, and when you play center back, you are looking more or less, you can see all the game. Then finally, this is the reason that I am a coach. But if you ask me which person, this person, Laureano Ruiz, was my mentor, and I am coach because this person. No? Of course, you have reference. My uncle played 8 years in La Liga, was the goalkeeper in Las Palmas in the 60s and 70s. Yes, my father was crazy for football too. Yes, I think that because my father, I started with football, no? Because one of the first things is very, I am a very, how is not typical, because in Barcelona there are two teams, Barcelona and Espanyol. I was coaching Espanyol, that is the small team, but my father, 45 years ago, I am membership from Barcelona, from Football Club Barcelona. Then I think that I saw all the good players, all the Brazilians, Romario, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Nazario, a lot of players, and now Leo Messi, of course, Maradona, a lot of players that they play in Barcelona, and it's impossible. If you see all these players, it's impossible. It's saying that when I speak with 𝗨ഹി𝗳𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗏 about that his coach was Zico, I say, okay, if you speak with Zico, I have to stand up, because Zico was very, very, very top player, then it's a pleasure, no, to work with this kind of people.
Going back, you have started coaching in the early 2000s, according to transfer.
Professionally, yes.
And now it's like nearly 20 years now. How much has the game changed, and how much has interacting with the players changed?
Completely, I told you, no, before. In terms of game, changed a lot in everything. Physically, technically, tactically. Okay, now you play in a small space, you have to think very fast. Tactically, now everyone learn or can learn a lot of things. You can play in different ways. You can go to the training sessions and from another coaches and see how they train. A lot of things. But for me, the most important is the mentality. You can be very good player technically. You can be very good player tactically. You can be very good physically. But if your mentality is not good, if you miss 2 balls and then your performance is going down, then you cannot play football. You cannot do nothing, not only football, everything. No? Then this is one thing that changed a lot. When I played and when I was kid, the defenders were or tall and slow, or short and fast. Now they are tall and fast. Then they change a lot. Now the player, they arrive to 37, 38, 39 years old. Before, with 30, 31, 32, they left football. Why? Because now they take care more. Before, a lot of players smoked. Now they have personal training. Okay, not only in the club, personal trainers, or how is person? Take care of the nutrition a lot. Yes, and they are more professionals now than before. Yes, and off the pitch, I think that no off the pitch, and on the pitch, I think that I told you before. I think that now is more important how you manage the team than another things. You can be very, 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 very good. I know very good players, very good coaches, but finally they don't get good results or to arrive to the top level because they don't have the capacity to interact with the players, no? And even without too much knowledge. If you are very good in manage the group, I have one clear example. Maybe you don't know too much, but he's very famous in Spain. This guy, 𝗨Ｈ𝗳𝗶𝗹𝗁, is incredible how he managed the group. Is incredible. He knows what he has to tell to every player in every moment. Then I think that this is the biggest change in football now and 20 years ago, no, or before.
You said when you were in Nepal, you visited 𝗨H𝗳𝗶𝗶𝗍 house and you wanted to know how important it is to know the players personally.
It's very important. It's very important because, okay, I know I am the coach and they are the players, but I think that they are not my friends. But of course, I need to have good relationship with them. I need that they are confident with me. I need some things, and how you can get these kind of things, approaching, no, to them, no. Then, if I play in Infal the Durand Cup and I can go to not only Yasir, Sana too. I can go for a dinner in the Yasir's house and to Sana's house and see how they live and do the normal things in India that you usually you do, no? That, for example, eat with the hands, or this kind of things. I think that finally the player is like more confident with you. In some moments in the beginning they are like scared, but after you interact with them, they are more confident.
I'll keep the names out of it, but I was speaking to somebody you had spoken to, and he has said that you had spoken about another club, and it did not feel like it was your club. What makes you feel that FC Goa is your club?
Difficult question because I arrived now, but it's a club that I repeat that I was very close last season. I think that is the club in India. Okay, maybe you can say that in Kolkata, in Kerala, in Guwahati, people like football, but I think that if you want to know what means football in India, the best place is Goa. Then I'm tired about cricket. I know that maybe people will kill me, but then now I know, even I know the rules, but sorry, but I don't like the sports that you play, stop, play, stop, play, stop. It's not only cricket, it's American football, it's this kind of baseball, it's this sports about if you want to be in a place in India working in football that for me is like a religion, you have to be in one club like FC Goa.
Can you leave a message to the fans?
Yes, the message to the fans is that we can promise that we will work a lot, not only because we need to do it because we are professionals. We know that football is for you, for all of you, for all the fans. We played, unfortunately, not only in football, in the world, 2 years with this disaster, that COVID, and we play without people. And all of us that we are involved in football, we know that we need all of you. And I think and I feel that we can create a good atmosphere, but we need to go all together. We need to work in the same direction, and for sure that we will get good things, and you will be proud of your players.